Alive yet?
We are live. So I'm going to start doing the countdown to see how many seconds we are behind. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're 13 seconds behind. Yay!
Not too bad.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody that isn't on Zoom, that has your volume on, if you could please let me know if you can hear me okay. And then we'll just wait. As we all get silent. This is going to be so much fun. I'm excited for this. Do you know what? Everybody that's on right now is probably in Zoom.
Is probably what?
In Zoom already. Or like in Zoom.
Yes.
So, oh, hi, Wanda. Okay, everybody say hi. And Wanda, you tell us if you can hear the girls on Zoom as well. Everybody say hi.
Hi, Wanda.
And then we wait 13 seconds because that's the leg time. Maybe what we can do is because the pictures are so big.
Oh, yeah.
We will introduce everybody that's in Zoom. So I'm Brandy. Hello. Maybe Cynthia, if you could give us a wave. There's Cynthia. We see Dawn's light there because she's doing her homework madly. There's Dawn.
Yeah.
And then we have Stephanie and Diane.
Hi.
Yay. So we are going to be trying to do the Zoom. This one is the test for it. So it should be fun. But now, if you're on Zoom and you're having any problems, you can actually stop me when I'm not paying attention. So
I can't get you on Facebook on my laptop. I don't know why.
Facebook YouTube. Or YouTube?
YouTube and
on
Zoom.
YouTube, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie is on mute, Wanda. That's why you didn't hear her. She's got her mic muted right now.
I'm off mute now.
There. Now she'll say hi to you, Wanda.
I have a puppy who keeps squeaking a ball, so I keep going on mute.
We are dog friendly here. It is okay. Okay, so we are on Thursday. So we have Cynthia. We have... I'm just going down my list. I always mark off who's here. Dawn is going to sew with us if she gets caught up.
Oh, I'm almost done.
Stephanie, are you sewing with us today?
I'm a week behind.
Okay, so you're going to be a spectator and sewing as you go. That's okay.
Yeah. I'll still be sewing. I just won't be with you.
Okay, that's fine. Hi, Kim. How are you? Kim, do you want to join us on Zoom before we get started? I know you're probably just off work, so. Kim, I have Wanda. I have Diane. Hi, Maria. So the screen's going to look different. Again, we are testing out how Zoom works. Everybody is welcome to join the Zoom if you want to. I have the link to how to join at the top of the chat. So we'll give it, what time is it? My screens are all weird because I have both screens completely full of stuff. So we'll give it about another 5 minutes or so. And then, oh, Kim, you're at work. Come on. You can zoom. Pardon me?
Is that how it's supposed to look?
Yep.
Did I do something wrong?
What, like, where are we here? Like this.
Okay, good.
Just make sure when you're top stitching this middle panel here that you're only going from zipper to zipper, zipper tab to zipper tab. You don't want to go all the way across on this side. Otherwise, you're going to be very mad at yourself. And you didn't want to stick down those little sides there.
Okay.
Did you go all the way across?
Can I see that again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Thought I was missing a tab or something, and I was freaking out.
Maria and Kim are both at work. Oh, well, at least you can join us on YouTube at work. Zoom might be a little much. You might get in trouble. Okay, so as I was telling the ladies on Zoom, the way this is going to work is where you had seen my face in the top right-hand corner, you're now going to see the Zoom with all of our faces on it. If you are on Zoom, you will have your microphones muted when I tell you to mute them, and you will only unmute them if you have a question or need to stop me or what have you. Then it doesn't end up being too much sound over top of each other. And anybody in Zoom, when we're talking live, it's going to be mainly just about the bag, just so we don't have a lot of extra chatter. But in the regular chat on YouTube, feel free to type whatever you want to type in there, like when we're sharing our days and all that. That's perfectly fine. So are there any questions about the Zoom or anything?
No.
What's done?
Would you prefer me to be on Zoom or on YouTube, Brandy?
Hey, Brandy.
I have a text message. It doesn't matter. Oh, you can't be on both, can you? Don?
Hang on. Let me
Because you're
just
not
see
going to
here.
get the camera views on Zoom. You're only going to see my face on Zoom.
Okay, let's see if I can get you here.
So to see the camera views, you have to see that on,
There we
on
go.
the YouTube side.
Let me just.
I'm going
I thought I could mute this.
Do you know what? I am going to bring my iPad over because I cannot read the chat on that little teeny tiny screen. So I'll just move this back and forth with me. Growing pains. There we go.
Let me just.
Ooh, turn you on. That'll be better. I will move that with me. Okay, we're figuring this out. Then I can make this all a big screen. All right. Kim's falling asleep. Well, you're at work. You can't be falling asleep. All right, I'm going to see if I can make my sound go off by putting my computer on Do Not Disturb. Everybody can hear me okay still on Do Not Disturb? All this technology is driving, I don't know. Okay. Yay! I'm excited. Who's ready?
You know what's weird, Brandy, is when you and I did this yesterday, there was a little speaker at the bottom of the screen on YouTube, and I was able to touch it and turn the sound off. It's not there now. And you and I were live, and all I'm getting is the word live on there.
Click on the video, like click on the screen of the video, and it'll pop up and you'll see your speaker. I just did it.
Nope. It's not there.
Are you in the app or are you in a browser? You might
App.
have to be in you'll have to be in the browser. The app doesn't have it.
Okay.
But I don't hear it, so you must be okay. Or just turn the volume down on your iPad.
Okay.
I don't hear it. All right. Okay, so Diane's already done hers, right, Diane? Yes.
Bad girl.
Cynthia is waiting for her foot to heal. Right? How's that doing? Is it
Yes.
okay? Okay. And Stephanie is working on it, but is behind, but that's good. Well, it's not good, but it's okay. And Dawn is doing it. Okay, so is there anybody that's sewing with me right now, or is everybody just kind of going at their own thing?
Isn't Dawn
all
sewing
caught
with you?
Oh, Dawn's all caught
Yeah.
up. Okay. Oh man, now Dawn's gonna put me to shame because she's faster than me. So.
I doubt it. That was beautiful, Diane.
Thank you.
Yes, it was very pretty.
Okay, so as you guys are my testing people for this, you're going to have to let me know if the views are okay, if the sound is okay as I switch cameras. I think I have it set up right. I had my son look over it and it looked like it was set up right. So now it's just a matter of whether it is all right or not. So, yay. Okay. So if everybody on Zoom can mute their mics, that would be great. And then if you have a question, unmute it, ask the question, so on and so forth. I'll give everybody a moment to do that. I'm going to flip my screen to Oops. Give you guys all a blank screen. That's not good. There we go. Okay, how does that look? Do we look okay? Thumbs up? Okay. Okay, so those on Zoom, as I was saying to you before, the video is going to show up about 13 seconds behind from what I'm saying, okay? So we are going to go, let me figure out where we're at. We are on page 32. And we are going to do our magnetic snap. So if we could grab out all of those pieces. Okay, and let me get my bearings about me first. Okay, so we are going to take the front zipper part. See, this is where Zoom is going to be funny because you guys are going to see me looking at the camera like this because I'm showing the camera up here. So you're going to see all sorts of different views of how I film things. So this should be fun. So we're going to take our front panel. Okay. And we're going to open it up so everything is up and out of the way. All we have is the exterior front panel showing up. Linings are out of the way. From the main zipper pocket with the interior zip, place your washer over. Okay. Okay, we have to find the center. I got this wrong, sorry. We want the lining side up and out of the way. Okay, so everything except for the inside part, all three of these layers, so the exterior front and the two pocket linings are out of the way, and then we have this main lining out. Now we want to find the center of right along here and in between here. Again, I can't give you those measurements, but that is where we're going to be placing our female side of our snap. Diane, you can unmute and tell me if I'm wrong ever, okay? Yes. Okay, so go ahead and figure out what your center is. I just kind of eyeball mine. I'll go down from here, that'll work better. It's right about there. And then go ahead and install that magnetic snap. Okay. It's not quite center. Let me see. Right there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I lost my little washer already. So again, you want to make sure you are only going through this one layer. Try not to poke my fingers. How's my volume? Is my volume okay, everyone? We're good? Okay. Now, I do find this part just a little finicky because you want to kind of keep these seams pushed out of the way here. Let me move my camera this way a little bit. There we go. Because you don't want to punch holes through these seams, really. Go a little deeper in that one. I almost think the smaller snaps would be a lot easier in here than these. I'm using 18mm ones. I'm thinking the 14 would probably be like these fit, but I think the 14s would fit even better. So I'm just kind of pulling that seam up and out of the way and then installing that in. Because I can't push the end. There we go. And my tape. Oh, but you're back, Kim. That's good. Good, good. I'm just going to kind of put my seam over and then push my tape in there. All right. So that is what we got. So for those on Zoom, that is what we've got. I guess that way doesn't help. This way. I'm trying to figure out where my cameras are. I'm sorry. Okay. So let me know when you're there, Dawn. I can see you're working hard. This is cool. I can see you guys. It's really cool. Oh my goodness, Coco. Coco says hi.
All done.
All done? Yay. Well, that's cool. It's not even done. It's all done. Love it. Okay, so we can put that panel aside, and now we're going to pull out our back panel. And once again, we're going to flip it out of the way. Now you're going to have to be, flip it up and out of the way. Make sure your zipper pocket is going with it as well. We once again want to find our center. I'm just going to double check before I go too rogue. Okay. With our magnetic snap up, we want to find the center of that and make a small mark. And I just kind of eyeball it. That looks good to me. And then we want to take, where is my, there it is, a small piece of double-sided tape. I'm just going to put it right along that bottom there. Like so. Oh, we're doing it on both sides. This magnetic snap throws me off because I want to do it the opposite way, but because of how it closes, because it kind of comes around and closes like that, right? So it's almost like it's the wrong side up. So you probably see my brain working because I'm fighting the urge to do it the way it's not supposed to be done. Ooh, that's a strong magnetic snap. Holy moly. Okay. Where the double-sided tape match up?
Why are we putting 2 strips of double-sided tape? I've been lost.
I don't know. I'm looking. It says place 2 strips of double-sided tape inside of the bottom stitching as shown. Oh, do you know what? Never mind. Just do it on the one side. What it is in the pattern, she's using 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape. I'm using 1/4 of an inch. So she puts it double thickness wide. So thank you, Dawn. So just the one on the magnetic snap side. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to find the center again of this one, just like we did on the front one. And I'm going to mark it kind of on this bottom part here. Just like that. I think that's about center. Yeah, I'm terrible because I just eyeball it, so I can't give it anyways. Kim says hi to Coco. And then what I'm going to try to do here, is that right? Yeah. So, of course, I got a little nubby thingy here. I'll cut that off. So our top stitching line right here above the zipper, I'm going to try to line that up with the top stitching line of my snap, just so it's kind of as a nice even line it. And we are going to stick it down nice and centered. I should have marked it on. I guess I can look at it this way. Like so. It's my center. Got my paper stuck in there. Like that. And that's because I'm going to be top stitching it in place, and I'm going to follow along that same top stitch line just so it has a nice neat appearance. Okay, makes sense? So we are on page 34. Where does it, how far up does it say to put it? Okay. We are going to measure a 1/2 inch up from there and draw another little line. I'm actually going to use chalk because the Tandy leather pen likes to really stay on the Mora for some reason. Like that. And then we're going to go and we are going to follow our line of stitching across here, up here. I'm just going over top of my top stitching, across that line we just do, and back down to make a little box. Okay. Again, making sure you're not sewing through all of these layers. All right. So let's go to the machine. Oops. Okay, and how's my sound over here? Are we good? My sound is all good? Okay. Usually I would pull my threads to the back, but I'm not going to. I want to get a good... Whoa, why is that? My machine just went rogue. Did you guys see that? My thing just stuck down for some reason. Let's do that again. Bizarre. My pedal stuck down. Holy moly, that was scary. Let's do this again. Didn't my machine try to go rogue last week as well? And then it was fine the rest of the week. I don't know. Okay. Again, I am backstitching just because I want to make sure that there is a lot of strength on this magnetic snap tab. Okay. Pivot for Dawn. Coco says hi. Cross that line. Down again. And back stitch. Now for those, oops, did I change my sound? No, we're good. For those on Zoom, is it frustrating with the lag between the video, or is it okay? Get in there. Oh, you can't hear on YouTube. You can hear us now? Okay. Huh, I wonder what happened. You can hear now though, Wanda? Sorry about that. Okay, so when I go back to the table, I'll make sure everybody can hear me first. Maybe I hit the wrong button for switching my speakers back. That's probably what happened. Hey Annie, how are you? And of course I left my iPad at the machine so I couldn't see the comments. I'll do better. That's okay, Cynthia. Okay, so for those that couldn't hear, I'll explain again when I get back to the table what we just did, okay?
You do that with both panels, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm doing good, Annie. Long time no see. Okay, let me bring my iPad with me this time. Okay, YouTube land, can you hear me okay? For sure, Wanda. Actually, I have the comments up, but they're so small on my machine that I didn't see them. Can you hear me okay? And then I will explain what we just did. As soon as somebody lets me know they can hear me. You can hear me? Okay. What happened was I have 5 different speakers and I clicked the wrong one. Sorry about that. So what we just did that you guys couldn't hear was on page 30, step 45 and 46, we pulled our panels away. We lined up the top of our panels here, but we want to make sure that we're not stitching through this exterior level. So we flipped this out of the way. We matched up our zipper pocket linings and our exteriors, and you will see it just barely caught that inside seam of all the layers and basted it all the way around. Same with on this one. You can see, I just barely caught it. And that was it. Does that make sense to everybody?
If we're going to turn the bag out using this zipper pocket, how can we base the bottom closed?
Because we're going to have a gusset. We haven't done the gusset yet. These
Okay.
are just the zipper pocket things here. This part here that's left open.
Okay, that's why then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Ah,
are we
okay.
all good to go now? Wanda, everybody, thank you again for your feedback. Again, this is a trial. I think this is going to be great once we get all of the bugs all kind of ironed out. Okay. Thank you, Cynthia. All right, let's move on. Now we're going to work on our gussets. We are so close to being done, you guys. Okay, so we got our lining gusset pieces, which are shorter than our main gusset. We're going to put our main gusset aside. We're going to work with our lining. We have our little lining gusset tops here. So the wider side should be down. They should be approximately the same width. We're going to put these right sides together and clip in place. Perfect. Thank you. Same with this side. It is, but I think this is going to be really cool having, I guess you see, like Dawn had a question, so she could actually stop and ask me live. So that worked out really good. And then I have lovely faces on the screen here, so I don't feel so lonely. Okay, so we are going to sew. I'm just going to read ahead a little bit here. Okay, we're going to sew through these with the seam allowance in the pattern, but you are not going to top stitch yet, okay? Do not top stitch them. We're just going to go ahead and sew through those two sides with the seam allowance that is stated on the top of page 36. Okay. Again, do not top stitch, just sew that seam. All right. So that is what we got. And now we're going to do one of the handy little tricks that Shannon does. No, not Shannon. Yes, Shannon, right? Yeah, Shannon does to reduce the bulk. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Decovil Light as a guide, and we are going to draw lines just in our seam allowance that's going out. So for the people on Zoom to see, that is what we've done. And then we're going to just snip. I think it's just our exterior.
Just keep going. I cut my finger and it got on my fabric.
Oh no! Call a medic. Okay, we're going to cut through all of the layers just to the seam allowance, like so. without cutting our stitches. So now we kind of got these little flappy things like so. What we want to do is the flaps that we just cut in, we want to push towards the bottom of the gusset like so. Same with the opposite side here. And then this other part, am I doing this right? We fold them under. Again, this is new stuff to try to, you won't lose these sections to point down, middle section to point upward on each end. Begin the top stitch. Yes, I'm doing it right. Okay, so the center section we want to be going up towards our Decovil Light. These other sections we want to go down. And what we're going to do is we are going to top stitch these. So we're going to start our top stitch down here by about 1/4 of an inch. Come up to here. We're going to go across and then top stitch a little, top stitch here and then baste again on the side. So we're kind of basting in a U. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. Super easy concepts, but something different. So your mind kind of goes, what are we doing? But it really does help reduce that bulk. Okay, so again, we're going to baste the sides about 1/4 of an inch up across the upper where we have some vinyl here, and then 1/4 of an inch down the other way, and that's going to hold all of those seams in place. Make sure the center part is up when you go to top stitch across that top part. Dawn DNA all over it. Aw. Won't a Tide stick get it out? Okay, again, make sure that center section.
I don't have a Tide stick.
You don't have a Tide stick. Aw. Make sure that center section is up here and the sides are pointing down. So I'm going to start here and back stitch. Top stitch through that top part, making sure that seam is going towards the top. And I ran out of bobbin. Ah, don't you hate it when you run out of bobbin on a top stitch? Please hold. We will get this fixed up. Luckily, I do have a full bobbin here. Okay, let's do this again. The other side. down the other side. Done. Oops. All right, sounds still good?
Cheers. All right.
Oops, I think we hear Lauren.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Hi, Lauren. Might help if I switch my camera. So this is what that looks like. So you can see I went down the sides, across the top, and it's got our seams all going where we need to go. And that is going to help reduce bulk. Trust me, it's genius. All right. Now it's time to finish it up. Okay, let me get my bearings here. Gussets. Okay, now this is going to throw you for a loop, literally. So we are going to create a loop. We have our 2 gusset pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to put them right sides together, and we're going to match up these short sides. Same with the other side. Okay, and we're going to sew both of those short ends with the seam allowance stated in step 10 on page 37. I do not think we top stitch this. I do not believe so. No, we do not. Do not top stitch. We do not top stitch. So go and sew those sides. So those on Zoom, we're sewing this side and this side, and we're creating a big loop. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of switching things around. Okay, so this is what we got. Just like so, we got our big loops. Now what we want to do is we want to match up these seams. And we want to just mark the bottom center. So I'm marking that seam we just sewn, I'm just lining it up like so, and I'm going to pull this straight and mark the center on the lining. And this side, and same with the opposite side. We are so close to being done. Do you know what I didn't do though? I didn't make my handle. So there's going to be a crossbody-less bag until I make that when I get back from Alaska. All right. You ready to have your mind blown? Let's make sure I'm doing this right before I get too far ahead of myself. Gotta remember how to do this. Open the main zipper pocket so the basted side is separate from the lining. So we're opening up this main pocket so it can kind of come apart like so. So we're only working with one side right now, okay? And it's out like this. Now this is, I'm working with my front piece first. We are going to take the center. Make sure you haven't orientated the linings with the lining. Nothing's twisted. And exterior with exterior, like so. Okay, put it right sides together. Match up that center. And put a couple clips in there. This is just such a different way of putting a bag together. For the lining side, match up that center. She does use staples again, so feel free to use that if that is something you like to do. Okay. Next, before I clip anything else, I'm going to take my main lining here. I'm going to kind of line it up with the inside here. Can you guys see what I'm doing there? So we get a seamless line. We're going to match up that seam like so. And then you will see that where this opens up will kind of line up with where this open seam is here. So you kind of, did we feather these open? Let me double check. Yes, she does. You're going to open up the seam and it's going to kind of line up right here, which is where our zipper is. So kind of line up that seam. Same on the opposite side, just to get those quarter sections all where they need to go. So again, start with the lining and line up those seams like so. Open up that seam allowance, and this will show on this side here. Can you guys see that? How that falls, that seam falls perfect right in there. Okay, and then you can go ahead and continue clipping, evenly distributing that fabric in between those quarter sections. Now, if you find you can't get around the corner, like I can see here, it looks like my gusset doesn't want to go around that curvy part. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put in our little snips. Just like 1/8 of an inch, just to help make the straight piece more curvy. Spread that fabric around. Perfect. Little snips. Coco says hi. Ooh, did you guys hear that big thunder? We have huge thunder happening. That would be why Coco's barking. She's horrified at thunder. She hates it. So again, I'm using a ton of clips because I don't like to use staples myself. Staples do help hold everything in place nicely, but I always sew through them. They're just not my jam. So a ton of clips is fine. Oop, that one broke. Oh, Cynthia, you got to go to SME in Nashville? Said I only went to the one in Florida. It was pretty fun. Got to meet lots of people. I think my next trip to the States is going to be, hopefully, maybe Anna and I will be going. We want to do a meet and greet at Sew Yours headquarters. And then I get to go see my friend Melissa too, so. That will probably be, well, do you know what? No, I lied. My next United States trip is to Alaska on Sunday. I always forget Alaska is part of the States. Yeah, we sail out Sunday afternoon. So on that note, there are no classes next week. Thankfully, there were 5 Thursdays in May. So we actually missed no classes. There are 4 days for each day if we need them for classes. Even though I think that both of our May classes will be 3 class bags, but we will see. Aries definitely is a 3 class bag. Not Aries, Neo. Okay, so this is what we got. Now we're gonna go ahead and, let me double check the seam allowances. Where are they listed? Okay, okay, so on page 39 at the very bottom, step 10, we are going to start at the lining side, okay? So we're going to start at the lining side right about here. And in step 10, there is a larger seam allowance that's in there. We're going to sew from about, I don't know, that's about 1.5 inches down from where they meet together. And we're going to go around here with that larger seam allowance to about the same place on the opposite side. And then we're going to branch down into the regular seam allowance the rest of the way around, okay? Cynthia, the Thursday class bag in May is the Mr. Heckles bag by Sincerely Jen. Okay, so let's go do that. Okay, YouTube side, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to keep both of the microphones on rather than turning them off so I don't forget to turn it off. Tell me if that high-pitched sound happens, okay? Remember that high-pitched sound that used to sometimes happen? I think it was because I'd have 2 microphones running at the same time. Tell me how the sound is. Pretty please. Tell me if it is okay right now. So I'm going to go in with that larger seam allowance. And thank you everybody for allowing me to use you as guinea pigs to figure this out. And everybody on Zoom gets to see my back as I sit at the machine. Sorry about that. Okay, And now I'm going to branch into my smaller seam allowance. And this is where you are going to see how amazing those thickness busters are. How is my sound? YouTube side. Yeah, thickness is amazing right at those seams. It's amazing. Sound is fine. The real test is Coco barking. That would get rid of... Okay. I'm going to leave it so both microphones are running, and you guys do let me know if that high-pitched sound happens. I'm pretty sure that was what was causing it in the past, but it would just be easier if I didn't have to keep switching that audio off when I came over here. So we will test it out. I hear Brady up there, so he's entertaining the dogs. Okay. All right. Just gonna make sure my stitches aren't looking stressed out, and they're not. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. And of course, my iPad is close to dying, so I have to plug it in over here. Okay, there's Dexter barking. Any high-pitched sounds? All right. So you can kind of see what that looks like. It's like magic. Kind of go around, make sure your seams don't look stressed out. If your stitching is showing through, go and do another round of stitching. Is that magic? It's a very, very different construction. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing with the other side, except for on the bottom of our lining, we're going to leave an opening for turning. So I'm just going to mark an ish type open so I remember. I said I never measure that. I just guess what I know I can turn through. We're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to open up this main part. Make sure my exterior's with my exterior, my lining's with my lining, because it would be no good if it was the other way around. Can't see the chat for a moment. Sound is wonderful. Okay, perfect. Thanks, everyone. Oops, am I doing this right? Yes. So centers, exterior centers, lining centers. So it's almost like going together sort of like a pouch, but with the gusset. It's very, very, very unique. And then these sides again. For some reason, my YouTube stopped on the computer. Let me just refresh that so I can see the chat, even though it's really small. Okay, good. There we go. I see Diane working on something. What are you working on, Diane? I'm just curious.
I'm making these card holders for playing cards.
Oh. Cool.
You make them like, you do circle with fleece, and then instead of just sewing on my sewing machine, I'm just basting by hand. And then you pull them, you put a CD in the middle, and pull them together. And then you sew 2 of them together in the middle and put a button in the middle. And people that, for playing cards,
So if you
that have a hard time holding them.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I thought, well, I'm sitting here, I might as well sew them.
May as well. Those will probably be hot sellers at market, I bet. They're very, I've never seen
well, I
anything
have
like
one.
that.
I have one next week, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, I'm opening up that seam and nesting it. There we go. How are you doing there, Dawn? Have you caught up to me yet?
No, my finger kind of sent me for a bit of a loop because it wouldn't stop bleeding.
Oh no, is it okay now?
It is.
Okay, good. War wounds of the trade.
That's right.
So who is going to be doing the Mr. Heckles with us second week of May? Did everybody?
I am.
You are? Excellent. I
Well,
have cut out, but I haven't sewn it yet. You're working though, aren't you?
Yes, I'll be starting to work, so I'll probably be a bad girl and get started.
Yeah, and then you can just supervise me.
Well, by the time I get home, it'll be the class will be half over.
Oh, I'll be on my own. Oh no. What will I do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Awesome. So everybody remember those coupon codes, because I will not be able to remind you on the 30th because I may or may not be in cell phone range. The 30th, I am in, where am I? I think I'm in Skagway, Alaska on the 30th, and I don't know how good the cell service I will have there. I do have Wi-Fi on the ship, but I've heard that it's not very good. So, and Dave is trying to make me unplug. He says I am burnt out, which he's right. I am burnt out, and I need to unplug, but that's going to be hard for me. I mean, I'm on social media all the time. But, yeah, so make sure you go and get the Neo Crossbody and the Mr. Heckles before the codes run out on the 30th. And they run out the time zones that those ladies are in. So definitely for Neo, make sure you've done it by the 29th, because I know she's like almost a full day ahead of us. I believe she's in India. So don't forget to get those coupons. They're listed on the membership feed of the channel as well as on the Facebook page. And even if you aren't making it this time, make sure you just get it. Take advantage of those coupon codes. Neo is from Car Threads. It's super cute. I will show you. I did finish the Neo tutorial. I just have to, it'll upload, go live to members on Tuesday, the first Tuesday I'm back. So what is that? The 9th or something like that? 7th? 7th. So you guys will all be able to see it, but I'll show you mine. Mr. Heckles I have cut out, but I haven't done the tutorial yet. That'll be the first thing I do when I get back. So I have it all done and ready for that Thursday's class as well. So I'll have my sample done. They both, Neo was super simple, and I don't see Mr. Heckles being overly challenging either. They're going to be nice, fun, relaxed sews. So. Okay, so after my millions of clips here, are the codes on your Facebook page? Yes, they are, Cynthia. They are in the featured section. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing here, except for I'm going to start, I didn't really need to clip these center parts here. I'm going to start at the one line where we left the opening, and I'm going to start with that larger seam allowance there. Make sure I backstitch well. About 1.5 inches down from where the exterior meets, I will branch down into the smaller seam allowance all the way around till I get down to about 1.5 inches into the lining, branch back out into that larger seam allowance, And when I get to the line I marked for my opening, I'm going to backstitch really well. Can you guys see how close we are to being done? Like so close. Okay, so I'm going to keep both audio mics going. Please do YouTube side. Let me know if there are any weird buzzing or whatever, okay? I may have the microphones far enough apart now with my new room set up that it's not an issue, but never know unless we test it out. Okay. Larger seam allowance to start on the lining part, leaving that opening. Okay, branching into that smaller one. Not too small. There we go. It is just amazing how there is no bulk at those seams. None at all. I think I went in too narrow though. I might have to go back into that one. And those codes are also in the community feed of the YouTube channel. They're in both places. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I apologize. I can look here though when we're done. I've just realized that the people on Zoom now get to see my crazy pants. I always have crazy leggings on. I can't hide them from you now. Hi, Kathy. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. As you can see, we're testing out doing Zoom stuff on here, so far so good. Okay, get in there. Now, these have wanted to fall apart on me here, so make sure those seams. Okay, I gotta back stitch here because my seams, I've removed too many clips and my seam isn't lining up. Thank you so much, Kathy. No classes next week, Kathy, just a reminder. Okay, fixed it. Got it all. Okay, so now I'm just going to double check right where my seams meet to make sure it was all caught. I think so. Now just that where these seams are, right here, I think you guys can see that. I can't see my camera from here. I'm just going to do another line of stitching right where that top seam meets on both sides. Just to give that a little extra strength there. Just an 1/8 of an inch in from our regular line of stitching. Other side, and you'll do that for all four. the other side. Alrighty. Sounds still good. So I've done my 2 lines of stitching there. I've got my opening in the bottom. I'm just going to take my pinking shears, my beautiful pinking shears that Cynthia bought me. Thank you, Cynthia. Just around the corners of my exterior. Just so when we turn this out, that turns out nicely. I'm not going to worry about trimming anything else down, I don't think. Whether she recommended it or not. Oh, she just did the corners as well. Okay. I guess we could do the corners of our linings as well. Oops. You definitely don't want to trim it up on these side pieces, just on the bottom corners. In the moment of truth, we're going to turn it out through the bottom. Very easy turn. You can definitely see why you wouldn't want to do this with anything too thick. You want to use a nice pliable material. Look at that. Look at that. Even all of our top stitching and everything is already done. We don't have to go back in to do that. I'm going to reach in through the opening and just push out all of my seams. Make sure they all looked good. They do. Make sure everything was caught in these side seams, and they were pretty much. Oh, do you know what? I got a little section there that didn't catch. You see that? Oops, right here. So I'm just going to turn that section out and catch it. For some reason, it didn't stay in. So this is good. This is an easy way to fix it. You just flip it back out. Definitely don't want that raw edge. It didn't catch right in here. So on one side, I can see it right here. So I'm just going to go in with a little thicker seam. You can see how my seam kind of shifted for the Zoom people. See right there? See what happened? Right here, it didn't catch all the layers. So I'm just going to pull some of those stitches out, and I'm not going to turn the whole bag around. I'm just going to turn that one section and go in and fix it.
Mine did the same.
Yeah, it shifts a little bit. So easy fix though. I mean, I'm not even turning my whole bag out. I'm just going to fix that seam. Okay. Okay, back to the machine. Oops, wrong button. Easy fix. So that's probably why she suggests the staples at that point, but this works for me. So I'm just going to do it from the opposite side that I did before so I can actually see where it was missed and go back in. Hopefully it'll catch that. let's pop it out, see if I caught it. And she's fixed. Easy peasy. All better and all caught. Okay. So now all we have left to do, once everything looks good and everything is caught, it's caught. Very important to make sure it's caught. Now, one thing you can do, you can decide, I did it in the other one, but you don't really have to. If you look kind of in between the exterior and the zipper, right, trying to show this best I can, right in there, there's like this little teeny tiny gap between the exterior and the lining. You can go ahead and put a little bit of glue in there to close it up. I honestly don't think it makes any difference. I don't think you do it on all four of them. Like here it shows a little better. Right here. See how there's just that, can you guys see that? That little tiny opening right in between the lining and the exterior there. When I closed mine up, I just used it. I used a little bit of fabric tack and some a chicken skewer and stuck it in there. But really, there's no raw edges. You don't have to. Leave it up to you to do it. But yeah, there's just that little teeny tiny hole on all sides. And that's because we didn't do that top stitching all the way across that inside part. So I'll leave that up to you whether you want to do that or not. I'm undecided, will I or not, but I can do it after the fact. Now we're going to close up the bottom and the zipper pocket. See how good this is looking so far? And then we just have to put our connectors on. So we're going to open up that zipper pocket with the opening in the bottom. Pull it out. Let me refresh my screen here because my chat is not refreshing on the YouTube side for some reason. Reach in through that bottom, pull out the entire lining from the through the zipper pocket, clip it together, and then sew across that opening with that larger seam allowance. Let's go do that. Oops, I put you in the dark. Go. So many clips. And then while I'm over here, I'm also going to stuff this back, once it's all sewn up, back into the bag, and then top stitch my zipper pocket closed, all at the machine. Stuff that in, looks good. Close up that zipper pocket. Come on. And sew that. Okay. Stuff that pocket in. Look at that. Look at the curves. Beautiful curves of those zippers. Inside, and it snaps shut like that. Oops. So good. All my seams line up here. Look at that. So good. So now all we have left to do is our connectors. I have mine edge painted nicely. So we're going to, I've already punched out the little holes on my pattern piece. So I'm using the 3/4 inch one. Let's not forget to put on the D-rings. Okay, we are going to mark our rivet holes. Just transfer from the pattern piece on both sides, on the right side. And then punch those holes. There's my hole punch. All right, now grab your rivet. Actually, we don't grab the rivet just yet. We're going to take our D-ring, we're going to put it on, and we want to kind of match up where those holes are, like so. So you kind of know where it's going to sit, okay? And then you want to kind of hold that shape, okay? And you're going to take it over the side. This is scary, okay? And you're gonna loop it over like it's gonna go. Eyeball it to get it nice and centered. And then through that rivet hole, you're gonna mark where you're gonna pop it, right there. And then, dun, dun, this always scares me a lot. We're gonna punch a hole through all of the layers right there. I always hold my breath. This scares me so much because if you mess this up, you mess up the whole thing. Okay, then you're going to take your rivet, put it through the big side, put it through that hole on this side, feed it through to the opposite side, and then bring this around. Put the rivet through there. Put on your cap. It's actually not that scary. And then we're going to rivet that in place. What did the Zoom people think? I guess everybody can see everything I'm doing here now because I can't hide anything. So make sure you're riveting it on nice and straight. And this is why we have those pieces of Decovil Light in that top lining piece, because that's giving us that non-woven interfacing for this to be able to grab onto really good. One side done. We're gonna do the same with the opposite side. Make sure those holes line up. That's my halfway mark. This pattern is just so good. So good. I think I'm going to make a ton of these for market because they're actually fairly fast to do. And these small bags are trending and I just think it's going to be a good seller. I hope so anyways. Okay. Rivet. Thanks, Cynthia. Through the hole. But I did not make my crossbody strap, so I'm not putting that on today. I failed. Did all my homework and I forgot to do that part. Okay, rivet it on. straight. So easy. Got a straight thread. That's it, you guys. She's done. So good. Yay! Now I'm going to put us all up to Zoom. If the Zoom ladies want to turn their microphones on, they can now. That's it. I don't think Dawn has one to show yet. No. Can we see?
She's pretty.
Is it inside out still?
I'm putting the gusset on the first part.
There's
So
Diane's. Diane, what did you make yours out of?
beautiful.
Just a very thin vinyl.
They turned out so good. This is what's cool about this is whoever is sewed along, we can show the bag after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
So this is my crossbody strap.
On the first part. Yours out of beautiful.
So nice.
Very thin vinyl.
Oh, I hear a YouTube. That's okay.
This is what's cool about
But
this
yeah.
is
So that
Oh, I gotta turn mine down. Sorry.
that's okay, Cynthia. No worries.
I forgot. Ow.
I said they're learning. What do you guys think of this Zoom thing? Is it a good thing? I hope so, because I just bought a year membership. So
I think it's great.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fun to
wonderful.
see everybody.
Yeah. So
Put
I know I have
faces,
to
names.
make sure I keep an eye on the YouTube chat still. I just got to multitask a little bit more. I think I'm going to leave both of the audios going at the same time. And if we start having that high pitch issue again, we'll deal with it at that point. But I may have, because before where we were having that, remember I had the machines like right beside the table. Now they're way back. Like my camera's way over there now. And it's that microphone. And I'm using my laptop microphone. So I think, what is that? Like, how far is that? 2 of me?
Far.
So we might be okay. It's far.
Far. Yeah.
We will try it and see. And then I won't forget to turn that microphone on. So that's what happened is I turned that camera off and I didn't switch the audio over. So that one section on the YouTube side, they had no sound. So my bad. Anyways, that's the Aries
No,
Crossbody.
I really liked this format, and I think that I'm excited to next time I'll actually be sewing with you because
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Oh, that's awesome. And what's good about it, as I said, I'm glad that Dawn was sewing along with me today because as you see, when she got confused or thought that I was potentially making a mistake, because trust me, I make mistakes all the time, as you all know, she could say, why are we sewing that bottom shut if we're going to turn through it? And then we can physically show, or if somebody's having problems, I can say, show it to me and show it to me. But if you don't want to be on Zoom, you don't have to be. Now, keep an idea that if you still want to be able to do the vocal part of Zoom, you can choose to not share your camera. So we don't have to see your face. It'll just be your name or cross, or it could be a picture of your puppy like Stephanie had in the very beginning. We like dogs. Dogs are awesome people. So yes, if you're on Zoom, you will be on YouTube. You will be famous. But you don't necessarily have to show your picture if you don't want to. It's up to you. So, yay. Now you get to see so much more of me, though. So, I don't know what I think about this.
Well,
Oh, good.
Well, because I was famous, I didn't say this earlier. But when you said I have on crazy pants, I was going to show you my pants. Then I'm like, no, wait, everybody will see that.
I've never seen that. Oh, these are, I don't know if you can see, I wear like, they're like, well, they're not too bad today, but like, I'm like wearing, like, dog hair don't care. Like, really, I'm dressed for comfort today.
Well, after work, it was a long day at work, and after work, I said to my husband, "I'm putting on my pajamas," and so
Yeah,
he let me
I've got
quit.
mine on too.
And then he said, "Wait, don't you have class tonight?" And I'm like, "Oh shoot!" So anyway, so I have on my pajama pants.
Do you know what?
Yep, me too.
Pajamas
They're
are fine.
awesome.
Pajamas are fine. Maybe we should make it the
Pajama party.
pajama
Yes.
party, or it can be like the class uniform is we all have to come in our pajamas.
Yeah.
Then we can all be in comfort. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Anyways, I hope you guys like this. Again, these classes went a lot smoother than last month's classes. Last month's classes, I was a hot mess, that's for sure. So I'm so glad that these went smoothly. Again, I truly loved making this bag. And I truly loved making the rosy bags that we did as well. My client for the rosy bag on Tuesday's class, I sent her a picture of it being done like right after class, and she was here within 15 minutes to pick it up. I'm like, holy moly.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was dressed like this. Like, it's like, hello, I'm professional. But she loves it, so yeah. Yay.
That is all that
That's good.
matters.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So as you finish up your Aries bags, make sure you put them on the Facebook page so we can put them in the album and show off everybody's work. And we'll be doing this for all the classes going forward for a while. I did buy a year membership to Zoom to be able to do this, as I did not renew the StreamYard because I wasn't using the StreamYard. I couldn't do what I could with it. And this was half the price. So $500 Canadian versus $250 Canadian for the year. So this is so much better. It just meant I had to take on 2 more custom orders to pay for it, but that's okay. I'm making...
Everybody donate to the coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee fund, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. The coffee fund's actually doing well because it's raising money for a new computer. Like right now I run this all off of my MacBook Air, which if you know computers, that's kind of like the middle line, I guess, of Macs. And there's a computer called the Mac Studio that I really want, but it's like $3,500. And I think we have about $1,200. These are Canadian, not American funds. $1,200 in the coffee fund so far that has been raised over the last 6 months. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So it may
That's
be 3 years
amazing.
by the time we get there. But again, any money that goes to the coffee account goes straight back into the channel. And what that computer is going to do is going to make it so I could hook up even more cameras. So I'm hoping I can hook up more cameras so I don't have to keep switching between cameras and audio and all that. Because I know that those watching on the Zoom side saw how much I'm like, I'm pushing buttons over here and running over there and forgetting to turn on microphones. So
I think you did great.
yeah.
You did fantastic.
Cool. And then thank you everybody who's on YouTube who helped with the visual side of that and the sound side of that to make sure we could make all 3 things jive, because I have YouTube Studio open, YouTube open, my OBS program, which is a third-party thing that films all this to make it so I can do my camera views, and now Zoom. So all of this goes into the OBS, and I'm not super techie. I'm trying to. Thank goodness I have a son that is. He went to school for all that. So, and then
You caught on really quick though.
and Dawn, I'm like, can you help me? Dawn is admin extraordinaire. So I was excited to try it out today. I was going to wait till May, but I figured, you know what? We're doing a simple-ish bag.
Yeah.
We know everybody that's in the group already. Whereas May, we may be getting some new people in here. And I definitely don't want to start first class with, we're trying something new today. So at least we've got one under our belt. I think our newest person is Stephanie. Yay! Stephanie and Kathy. Oh, and Maria. We got a couple new people the last couple months, so yay. So that's good. So thank you everybody for being my guinea pigs. Excited to see all of your bags. What are you making yours out of, Stephanie?
I'm using a really soft leather that I get from Simply Plastic. It's like a brown. It kind of looks like a. I'll grab it. I'll grab a piece here. Just like
we want to see it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
let me grab.
Dawn, what are you
It's
making
like
yours with?
It's like a beige brown. I don't know how to describe it, but it's really soft, and I thought it would be good. And I literally, just full disclosure, I cut out my bag tonight while you guys were finishing it.
Oh, awesome! Good for you.
Like, I'm a week behind. It's like, okay, you're cutting class.
I'm 4 weeks behind. It's been work has been a little bit crazy, and next week I'll be traveling for work, but I already got the pattern, so I'll get it cut out this week before I travel.
Oh, do you guys want to see the Neo that I got done? So that's
Yes.
that's Tuesday's class. Let me show it to you. Excuse me.
Oh, who's it just?
So this is the one we're doing on Tuesdays in May. It's the Neo Crossbody. I did this in, these are Galaxy Customs. This is the Luxxe Leopard. What's the colorway called? I think it's like rose gold or pink. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty.
pretty.
And then this is a Unfortunately, she can't get this vinyl in anymore. It was a one-time buy, but it matched this so well.
Oh,
I made this
perfect.
whole bag out of
beautiful.
I made it all out of my scrap bin. I had to do double-sided strap because I didn't have enough width of my scraps to do like the full 4 inches. So I did 2 and 2 and did a double-sided. Zipper pocket on the back. Flap on the front. And inside we have, can you guys see that? Card slots, slip pocket, and another zipper. Super fast, so super satisfying. But yeah. So you can do it as a crossbody like I have done, or you can do it as a wristlet. So, because it's considered a wallet.
And do you recommend a thin, softer vinyl like for this bag?
Yes.
Okay.
A softer vinyl, very similar to this one. My vinyl, like my main vinyl, is not interfaced. My main panels are not interfaced. The only piece that really has interfacing besides the flap is my exterior slip pocket has some EB Fuse Heavy or Decovil Light in there. So, but the rest, no interfacing except for the lining. What did I use for lining? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, of course I had to use a woven interfacing because it's cotton, but minimal interfacing, super fast. It's one of those ones that looks complicated that is not complicated at all. It's super simple.
Yeah, I've made that one before along when it came out.
Yeah. Now the only thing I almost regretted doing was I decided I wanted to put my nameplate here. It's so close to the top stitching, and of course you do that top stitching last. So I put my nameplate on, and then I went to top stitch this. I went,
Yeah.
am I going to be able to get by that? And my nameplate was small enough that I could use my zipper foot and get by it and not run over it. But if it had been any bigger, it would not have fit there. I think in the pattern, she puts it on the back side. So, but I will probably put my nameplate there on the class bag too, but it'll totally depend on how thick it is. You'll have to really determine it. Cause mine, it's not very, my nameplates are only, how high are they? They're a 1/2 inch high and 1.5 inches long. So it really didn't leave much room. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it worked out, so it was okay. But yeah, this was fun. My Heckles is cut out, but I haven't sewn it. I read through the pattern. I was talking to Jenny. Jenny and I are friends, and I don't think it's going to be a tough sew. I think it's going to be, most of Sincerely Jen's are really good. So I don't see it being too hard. And I will be filming that one the Monday that I get back from Alaska. Because
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mr. Heckles.
I am too.
Yeah,
And
I haven't decided yet on the Neo, but I'm definitely looking forward to the Mr. Heckles.
I think the Neo, like the Aries, because of their size and what is trending right now, when you're thinking markets, they're going to be really good. I'm not a small person by any means. Like, I didn't carry my bag that I've been carrying for 3 years. Dawn has seen it. I have a High Wraith. Is that how you say it? High Wraith bag by Lavender and Twine that I made in leather. My leather's all soft now because I actually don't change out my bags. Whenever that pattern came out is when I made it, and I haven't switched bags yet. Except for when I went to Indonesia, I switched into a different bag because I needed a bigger bag for there. But yeah, that's a small bag for me. So these are not bags that I myself would carry because I need a big bag. But for market season and resale, I think if you are into markets, these are, I don't know, we'll see when market season comes. So I don't have these ones listed on my website yet for my clients yet. Clients are slow to buy right now. I think everybody's kind of clutching their pennies and everything. It always happens this time of year. I don't make a lot of sales. I get a lot of custom orders, but right now my custom orders are for like October, November, December, because I'm always running 6 to 9 months ahead. And everybody is ordering the Mercury backpack that, I showed you guys my Mercury backpack, didn't I?
Yep.
It's my travel bag. It's going to last with me. So I have about 5 of these on order.
Geez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's going to be my carry bag, my Rosie. But yeah, this is what's replaced my Trailblazer. And then of course I did the hack on the back. So I didn't want a backpack. So this can be a backpack
Yeah.
and everything, because this is a backpack pattern. So yeah, that's my new bag, but I have an order. My cousin ordered one, but she needs it by June 1st. So of course she's my cousin and I love her. So I'm rushing it. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 to do before December on top of my 11 up and away bags that I have on order. So.
Wow.
That's
And
right.
Do I have other bags? I got a Big John bag. I have a Yoshi, and I have a classic zip around wallet. That's all I have that's all I'm taking for the rest of the year. That's just. I used to do 5 custom bags a week before I started the classes, but that was really. I got tired really fast. So, but yeah.
Now, is the Big John for Brady?
Pardon? Is
the Big John for Brady?
It's for Riley. Yeah.
Riley, okay.
So my son's like, "Can I order a bag from you?" I'm like, seriously? He's like, "Well, because he has a Big John. It's what I did the tutorial with 3 years ago. And he carries it back and forth to because he's a carried and he's going to be a nurse. And the bag still looks good, but it is wearing out. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's time for a new one. I want you to have a pristine bag because he hands out cards and everything like that. But he's like, "Can I commission you to make me another one?" I'm like, "I'll just make you another one. Can I have it by the end of May?" I'm like, "Yeah." So it's an order, but I'm not going to charge him for it, of course. So
Yeah.
He gets him and my cousin get bumped to the front of the line apparently. So
Get him to come and help you sew.
well, do you know what? He comes and he paints his little. I call them his little dolls. He gets really mad when I call him that, but it's Warhammer. It's like little models, and he's actually very artistic when he's painting them and everything. But so he does that on the other half of the room. He's taking it over, but it's kind of nice because I'm working. He's in here too. So, and then we fight over whose music we're listening to. So. I win. It's my room. But no, it's really good. Really, really, really good. And what am I missing here? My Heckles is cut out. Good, Maria. Yeah, and my Mr. Heckles, the tutorial I am doing in the patinas by Galaxy Customs. I'm doing the denim blue and the stormy.
That sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then my class one, I'm doing in the light orange and the stormy. So I think they'll be really nice too. And they're going to be a good size bag. They're going to be a Brandy size bag. So I'm happy. I'm excited to make those ones. So yeah. Yay. But yeah, Dawn, if you're going to do markets, Dawn, you might like doing this one.
Reconsider the Neil?
Pardon? Reconsider the Neo because it is fast.
Yeah, okay.
And it's simple. But it doesn't look that way. But it is really just a pouch.
Okay.
Yeah. Yay. Any other questions about anything before we go? What time is it? Oh, we got 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I'm officially on vacation until May 5th.
Aw.
Wow.
That's
You have
awesome.
you have a good holiday.
I will.
Yeah, have a great cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a wonderful cruise.
I'm going to escape my boss who is a slave driver. So, yeah.
Well, stop doing that, boss.
No, well, no. Awesome. Yeah, all I have to do is tomorrow I'm going to actually vacuum this room. So I come back to a nice clean studio and then we're gone. Friday or Saturday we head to Vancouver. We're spending the night at my brother's place in Vancouver. He's about a 10-minute walk away from where we get on the cruise. We're going with Holland America Lines. And yeah, we're gonna go, and we have to go through customs and everything. Like I'm so weird, and I know that there are Americans in here.
No worries.
I always, for some reason, I know Alaska is not part of Canada, but it should be part of Canada geographically looking at the map. How is it part of the U.S.? Because Canada was too cheap to buy it, right?
Land. It's right there.
Right. So I'm leaving from Canada. I'm not going south, which is where you think you'd go for the U.S. I'm going north, but then I'm in the U.S. I'm like, what the heck? So I have to take out U.S. money. I have to, yeah. But that's okay. That's okay.
Well, enjoy. Listen to your husband and disconnect. Take a real vacation.
Yeah.
Disconnect.
I don't think I'm going to have a much choice because I know that the Wi-Fi on the ship, we do have a Wi-Fi package, but it's good for like sending email. I don't think I can do anything on YouTube or anything like that. What Dawn
It's
is,
going to be glitchy.
it's going to be glitchy. But when I get to port, like when I'm in like Juneau or Ketchikan or something,
Mhm.
I will be checking my stuff for sure.
No, disconnect.
So
Leave your phone at home.
No,
Yeah.
wait, no,
No, don't leave it at home.
no.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, Dawn's
You don't
got
have
me.
to worry.
So Dawn's in charge. So on that note, for the classes, for the polls closing on the 30th for the June classes, they will not be announced until I get back. But what Dawn is going to do is she's going to, at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the 30th, she's going to go ahead and she's going to screenshot the polls so we know which bags won. In case people end up going and voting, you know, after the 30th. I always check it right at 9 a.m. So Dawn's going to do that for me, and she's going to screenshot that. And then when I get back, I will look into getting discount codes and everything. So far, it is the Aviatrix winning. I'm going to have such a hard time getting a discount code for that one. Such a hard time. But it's winning at like 40% right now. So I'm super excited about doing that if that one wins. And I hope you guys are too, because I mean, it's mine and Anna's pattern. And I'm just so pleased it got voted in and made it past nominations to that side, and then the YouTube side is still voting it in because it really is a fun sew. I could be a little biased, but I think it's a fun sew.
I'd like to make another one.
Yeah, and
The one that I
wanna
made is
make
my
another-
everyday bag.
yeah, is that and
Oh,
Dawn
yeah?
and Diane were both testers for that one, so they were in the journey right from the very beginning. So. They may be a little biased too. I don't know.
And I sold both of mine.
And Diane sold both of hers. Wow.
Yeah,
I still
that's
have mine,
awesome.
but I haven't really marketed them much. I actually have held on to mine because I'm going to Ontario in June to see Anna, and we are doing a marketing photo shoot. So we want to have as many of our bags that we can there for our photo shoot. I do not have any up and aways because mine all sold, but Anna has some up and aways, thankfully. But my up and aways, they just, as soon as I make them, they're gone. I made myself.
They were up and away.
They were up and away. And now I have 11 in Mora, mustard, and charcoal to make. And I'm really not looking forward to that.
Yes.
But so that's happening in June.
If you need help, we can do the Brent and Ivy train, and I can make up a few.
Okay, thank you so
Well,
much.
I told her I'd come and help her too. We can all help.
Why doesn't everybody just come to BC? I have 2 machines here, and somebody can be cutting, somebody can be interfacing, somebody can be sewing.
Sure.
I will sit back and drink coffee and watch.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
Cut out and keep your face.
And the other one that is leading, and it's surprising, and I haven't made one in so long. There is a tutorial on it already. It's the Pelican tote by Bagstock, but with the fancy add-on. So it goes from a tote to a bag that has I sold so many of those when I first started bag making, and it's been voted in again. So that one looks like it's winning, and I don't know if anybody's made a Pelican by Bagstock, but it's a really good sew, especially with it's a free add-on for like the connectors and everything, and it makes it go from looking like a tote to looking like a designer bag. So I'm actually happy that one's winning as well. So we will see if those are the ones that are winning so far for June. And then July is Teacher's Choice, because July classes are pre-recorded for my month off because I take December and July off. I choose the 2 bags guaranteed. They will be bags that I have orders for. So I'm thinking they're probably going to be the Big Jong and the Mercuries, just so you're aware. Unless I change my mind. Guaranteed one of them is going to be the Mercury bag, and that'll probably be the Thursday class because the Mercury has been nominated a couple times. So I think that is a good choice to do for Thursday classes in July. And then, and then we'll see about the Tuesday class. I'm undecided so far because duffel bags are really hard to show, but at the same time, we don't have a duffel bag class. So
yeah, your Aviatrix is at 40 and your Fancy Pelican is at 30 right now.
Awesome. So they are still winning the race.
Yeah.
So, cool. Annie says, enjoy your vacation. Thanks, Annie. I got to remember to look at the YouTube chat. So, yay. Well, what time is it? I am officially on vacation as of 2 minutes ago. Yay.
Yes. Yay. Have a great time.
Yes, have a great time.
Yes.
Unplug and relax.
Well, I'll unplug on Sunday at 4 o'clock when we set sail, because I'm sure I'm still home tomorrow. We leave Saturday morning. I get to go see Rhonda, who is usually in the class. We've met before. She is one of the admins as well, and she lives in Abbotsford. And so whenever I drive through Abbotsford, we always meet up at Overseas Fabric. So I have a big box of stuff to destash on her, because I've been like destashing hard. So I get to meet up with her there. Well, Dave goes to Gabella's, and then we're at my brother's place, and then and then we can board the ship at noon on Sunday, and then we leave at 4 p.m. So it should be fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and we got upgraded. We got a free upgrade to a veranda spa suite. I don't know what that means really, but I know we're on the very top floor. There's nobody above us, and our room is right next to the top floor viewing area. So, and right next to the coffee bar, which is really important to me. I don't drink alcohol, but I do drink caffeine. So
You need your caffeine.
I
Yep.
need my caffeine. So this is going to be, I'm excited. I don't like the ocean though. I'm scared of the ocean. So this should be fun. This is a bucket list thing for Dave, and we're going whale watching, and I'm horrified of the ocean. So
You'll be fine.
I'll get eaten by a whale.
No.
But yeah,
You'll be
it's
fine.
like, it's going to be so cold. It's like, I'm not a hot weather girl. I don't mind if it's cold. And really, it's 10 Celsius there today, and it's 19 Celsius here in Kamloops. So it's really maybe just a little colder because it's coastal, but it should be okay.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yay. Anyways,
Enjoy
I love
it.
these
All
trainings.
right.
I'm obviously super excited about going, and I'm on vacation. Thanks again, everybody, for testing the Zoom side. Well, I'll probably, for each class, I'll probably come in about 15-20 minutes early to set the Zoom up and post the link for anybody that wants to join in. So then we're ready to go live right at 3 when classes start. So no classes next week. We start fresh for May the week after that when I am back. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Bye,
Good.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy.
Bye, everyone.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Have a